All right, everyone. Welcome to Bracket Play Game Number 2, 10U action here in the FLOR-BAMA Super Regional NIT Tournament. Here broadcasting you live on the USSA Sports Network. Tournament put on by USSA, and a big thank you to Matt Grant. You can see Matt on the field right now with the red shirt for all his tireless efforts to make sure this tournament gets off without a hitch. In just a moment here, if you bear with me, I'll be going through the lineups momentarily. For both teams. All right, let's do that now. So Canes will be home team. Bounty Hunters will be batting first because they are the lower seed. So leading off for the Bounty Hunters is going to be Brixton. He'll be followed by Valen, Peyton, Isaias, Case, Will, Jackson, Brody, Tanner, and Matthew. Behind the plate for the Bounty Hunters is going to be Brody, and on the mound is Case. For the Canes, leading off is going to be Julian, followed by Sam, Brantley, Cooper, Parker, Nico, Gray, Kyler, Aiden, and Declan. On the mound for the Canes is going to be Declan. Behind the plate is Kyler. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here on the broadcast. If you're watching on Facebook, please share and like and follow us. On YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. We also have TikTok channel. We are also on the Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter. So make sure you check us out with all the youth baseball action, the very best that USSA has to offer. As always, very quality tournaments and some really good ball games. As we've seen last game, some really great defensive plays. As a matter of fact, this tournament, a lot of great defensive plays, and I assure you they will be in the highlight reels post-tournament. And the post-tournament highlight reel, we do offense, defense, and pitching, and then we also do a player interview at the end of the championship game as well. So we are live here. We are in Destin, Florida at the Morgan Sports Center. Field name is Dolphin. As you can see, we're looking out at hotels and other entertainment venues. Then just on the other side of that is the Gulf of Mexico and the beaches of Destin. So what a beautiful area, what a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, absolutely clear and perfect. Temperature not too bad at all. So with that, we'll be watching warm-ups in just a minute. I'll also let you know that in between innings, we'll go on mute just so we kind of cut out some of the music that may delay or block some of the video that you'll be able to see. So with that, we'll take a quick break. This is Doc, the USSA Sports Network. So hello everyone, welcome back. Warm-ups are just about finished. I want to thank our new subscriber, Michael Lloyd. Really appreciate that. That helps our channel grow and enhance the experience for you, the fans, and the players. So glad to have you aboard this beautiful Sunday morning as we bring the best in youth baseball live. Now, the only catch is you got to listen to me, but there is a mute button if you so choose. I hope you don't. And with that, we're about to get underway as the warm-ups are now finished. And Brixton will step in. So again, Declan on the mound, Kyler behind the plate. And here we go. Game number 2 underway. Ball 1 inside. So 1 ball, no strikes as we get things underway here in the top of the first inning. Bounty Hunters and the Canes. Ball 2, just a little bit up. On deck is Valen, and the third batter of this inning will be Peyton. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And here's the 2-1. Ground ball to second base. Fielded cleanly. Over to first. And that's 1 down. That'll bring in Valen with Peyton on deck. So the winner of this will go on to play WFBA in the semifinal. The first semifinal is already set. That's going to be coming up next after this one. Swing and a miss by Valen. It's going to be coming up next between the Reds and the Tropics. So we, of course, will be bringing you live play-by-play action for that semifinal, and then swing and a miss, strike 2. And then also the second semifinal, which will be the winner of this game up against WFBA. And finally, the championship, which will take place later this afternoon. Ball high, and that is 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on base, top of first, and now the count evens at 2-2. And the pitch. It's a fly ball into right field. That's getting down. Let's see if it's a hit. There's nobody covering first. And Valen is on with a 1-out single here in the top of the first inning. Stepping into the batter's box is Peyton. On deck is Isaias. So Declan was checking ball inside. He was checking Valen at first. Valen now still second base. 1 ball, no strikes to Peyton. On deck is Isaias, like I mentioned. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. There goes. And he's safe. There. Valen made it into third. A good throw down by Kyler. And that's 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. Valen came about halfway down the line. And it's 2-1. Okay. Sorry, it was 1-2. My bad on that. And that's 2 outs. So Zaya steps in, Case on deck. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's 0-1. Valen remains at third base. On deck is Case. Ball outside. Here comes Valen. And it scores. And the Bounty Hunters are on the board. 1-0. It's a 1-1 count to Zayas. Call strike on the inside corner, and now it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Call strike 3, and that is 3 outs. However, Bounty Hunters put up 1 on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. At the end of half inning, Bounty Hunters 1. Canes coming to bat. For the Canes, it's going to be Julian, Sam, and Brantley. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. Again, this is Game 2 of 10U bracket play here in the FLOR-BAMA Super Regional NIT. put on by USSSA. And, of course, Tournament Director Matt Grant. Again, I'm Doc. I'll be your commentator all throughout the games today. So on the mound for the Bounty Hunters is Case. Behind the plate is Brody. So leading off for the Canes is going to be Julian. He'll be followed by Sam. And the pitch. Ball one to Julian. And the 1-0 pitch from Case. Ball two. So it's a nice 85 degrees. No breeze currently, but like I said, absolutely beautiful clear skies. A great day for baseball. And ball three. So coming up next after this one's going to be the Reds versus the Tropics. The first semifinal game is a pop fly on the infield. Second baseman's under. Makes the catch. And that is one away. So that brings in Sam to the batter's box. Brantley on deck. One out. Ball high. And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. The ball in the dirt. And 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out. And the 2-0 pitch. Called strike, and it's 2-1. So Case looks in, gets his sign from Brody, delivers the 2-1. 3-1 now. Breeze is picking up a little bit, which is nice. Like I said, absolute picture perfect day here in Destin. Pop fly foul, and that's going to make it a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And there's ball 4. So Sam is going to go all the way to second base. And the ball gets away down at second, and Sam goes all the way to third on a walk. So Sam's standing down at third base. Brantley steps in. Cooper on deck. Bounty Hunters lead at 1-0. Called strike on Brantley. That's a 0-1 count with Sam at third. There's the pitch. There's a line shot back up the middle. Ground ball now. Over to first. And that is 2 outs. But a run does score. And the game is tied at 1 apiece. So nice play by the second baseman, or excuse me, a shortstop on that. So 2 down. Called strike on Cooper. Parker on deck. It's a 0-1 count. And the pitch. Ball high. 1-1. It's a beautiful start to fall. And it's a 2-1 count. Oh, 2-2 count. Ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Tie ball game. And a 3-2 pitch. It's ground ball to second. That gets through to center field. Right center field to be exact. And Cooper's on with a 2-out single. Keep the inning alive. That'll bring in Parker. On deck is Nico. So the planes have shifted direction. They're actually landing now over top of us instead of taking off. So you can't see it like you could yesterday when we were on the Amberjack field. There goes Cooper to third. Ball gets away from Brody. I believe it's a 1-0 count. Cooper's now standing on third base. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Called strike. And it's 2-1. So Cooper at third. Cooper represents the go-ahead run here in the first. And here comes Cooper on the wild pitch. And Canes have the lead, 2-1. That's a 3-1 count on Parker. Again, Nico on deck. So 3-1 count. 2 down. Nobody on base. And that's ball 4. Parker is on first base with that walk. 2-out walk. It brings in Nico. Gray on deck. The ball outside. Parker takes second base. It's the ball up and outside. There goes Parker to third. He's in there safely. Nice job by Brody to stop that one. It's ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. And the pitch. It's a ground ball to short. Shortstop couldn't quite get to it. That's going to go into left center. Score another run. And Nico's on with an RBI single. That's a 3-1 lead for the Canes. That brings in Gray. Kyler on deck. Ball high. And whoops. And there goes Nico to second base. Nico gets his lead. Case gets his sign. Delivers. Ball. And that gets away from Brody, and that allows Nico to go safely into third. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Nico at third. Ball outside to Gray. It's 3-0. Or 2-1, sorry. A run down here. Brody. So ball was knocked out of the glove, and Nico is safe at home. So I believe it's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Now it's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 4 runs across this inning. Kyler on deck, and there's ball 4. So 2-out walk issued by Case. Kyler steps in. On deck is Aiden. So it's bunt. The ball gets away from Brody. That allows Gray to go to second on the wild pitch. It's ball 1 to Kyler. Pitch. There goes Gray to third. Called strike, I believe. It's 1-1 count to Kyler. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Gray at third. Pop foul, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gray at third. A 4-1 lead. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is 3 outs. However, Canes put up 4 on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 left. At the end of 1, it's the Canes 4, Bounty Hunters 1. Coming up for the Bounty Hunters is going to be Case, Will, and Jackson. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. Case steps in. It's a ball in the dirt from Declan. Again, Kyler's still behind the plate. Ball 1 to Case. And that hit Case. So Case is on. So Case is on first. Nobody out. Will steps in. Case goes to second base. There's the throw down. Not in time. It's ball 1. Case is now at second base. So 1 ball, no strikes to Will. Jackson on deck. It's a ball in the dirt. That gets away. I should say wild pitch. Case goes into third. Throw down by Kyler. Not in time. Ball 2 to Will. Quick timeout by the coach to go out and talk to his pitcher. Again, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and follow. Like the videos as well, please. That would be awesome because that helps our channel really grow and enhance the experience for you, the fans. I really appreciate that. There's a ground ball. Third base stopped over to first. Nice dig by the first baseman. But Case scores. And that makes it a 4-2 game. With one out now. It's a ball in the dirt to Jackson as he steps in. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That hit him. So 1 out, that puts Jackson on first. Brody steps in. Foul ball, and it's going to be 0-1. Big lead down there by Jackson at first. Throw over to first. Jackson goes, and he's in there. So nifty base running by Jackson puts him on second base. So Jackson is caught in a rundown. Here's the throw, and they get him at third. So 2 down. Nice job by Declan. So foul ball again, so it's 0-2 count. So no balls, 2 strikes to Brody. Tanner on deck. Foul ball again. And we'll do 0-2 again. It's a ball in the dirt, and that's 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Ball in the dirt. 2-2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-2 ball game. Foul ball. And we'll do 2-2 again. And the 2-2. Another foul ball. So 2-2 count to Brody. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Tried to cut off by Declan and still had to play at first potentially, but didn't get him, so Brody's on. With a 2-out single. And that'll bring in Tanner. So Tanner steps in. It's a ball high. Ball's dropped. Brody goes. There's the throw down by Kyler. And he's safe. So 1 ball, no strikes. Brody at second. Matthew on deck. Swing and a miss. That's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. That's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is 3 outs. So 1 run on no hits, no errors, and 1 left at the end of 1.5. It's Bounty Hunters 2, Canes 4. Coming up for the Canes, it's going to be Aiden Declan in the back of the top of the order with Julian. This is Doc of the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. We got a pitching and catching change to tell you about. Valen is now on the mound for the Bounty Hunters, and behind the plate is Matthew. So that'll be the pitcher-catcher combination for this next bottom of the second inning. I want to thank Amy Stafford for joining the USSSA Sports Network family as a subscriber. Thank you so much. Those subscriptions and likes help our channel to grow, to get sponsors and advertisers, as well as monetization, so we can enhance the experience for you, the fans, and the players. Again, glad to have you aboard here in beautiful Destin, Florida. Picture perfect day for baseball. This is after this game will be the first semifinal, and I'll showcase the Reds versus the Tropics. And the winner of this game will move on to the second semifinal against WFBA against WFBA. And then the winners of the two semifinals, of course, will go on the championship, which is slated to start at 3:50 this afternoon. And so far, we are running on time. So, again, thank you all so much. So glad to have you as part of the broadcast, no matter where you are in the world. We've had our friends from Taiwan join in, Puerto Rico, Norway, just all over the place. So it's not just limited to all over the United States, but around the world. But we do this for you, the fans, and especially those who can't be here, and then also enable the kids and the parents and other fans to go back and rewatch the games afterwards. But we're about to get started here in the bottom of the third. There's the first pitch by Valen. Ball low. So it's a 1-0 count. And ball 2 just behind Aiden. So it's Aiden and Declan's on deck. And then back to the top of the order with Julian. And it's 3-0. 3-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. So Valen throws his first strike of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So I think Valen's found his groove. Again, Matthew behind the plate. Ball inside, and Aiden is on first now with a walk. Bottom of the second inning, nobody out. Declan steps in. He's currently the pitcher. There goes Aiden. Matthew has a little trouble handling it. Gets it back to Valen. And Aiden is down at second base. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Aiden at second. Julian on deck. Foul ball. And it's 1-2. So Matthew has worked ahead in the count. And the pitch. And that hit him. And so that'll put runners on first and second to start things off here in the bottom of the inning. I'll bring in Julian. On deck is Sam. So back to the top of the order. Aiden at second, Declan at first. I have a feeling Aiden's going to go, and so is Declan at the same time. So called a balk. And that moves both runners up. So runners on second and third, nobody out, bottom of the second. Julian at the plate. And that's ball 1. Throw over to third to check on Aiden. Aiden's back. A throw over by Valen. And the pitch. Ball inside. A little chin music there by Valen. And it's 2-1. Or excuse me, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. So there is an empty base that Valen has to put Julian, and it is now occupied. So bases loaded, nobody out. That brings in Sam. There's a fly ball to center field. That's going to get down for a hit. They do get the out at second, but a run scores. And it's 5-2. Sam steps in. Brantley on deck. It's first pitch to Sam. Ball gets away from Matthew as sorry, Brantley's at the plate. My apologies, folks. Sam had the RBI single. All right, now I got myself together. Now Sam's on second base. And I believe that is 2 balls to Brantley. Cooper on deck. On third base is Declan. Second base is Sam. Throw over to check on Declan. He's back in time. There's a fly ball just... Oh, nice job by the third baseman to catch that one. Wow, what a play. And that's 2 down. Cooper steps in. Parker's on deck. There's a pop fly right here, foul. Matthew couldn't get to it in time, so it's going to be an 0-1 count. It's a 5-2 ball game in favor of the Canes. And the pitch. There's a line shot in the left field. That's going to get down for a hit. That'll score Declan. Here comes the throw. And that's also going to score Sam. And that's going to make it a 7-2 ball game in favor of the Canes. So a 2 RBI single by Cooper. And Cooper actually ends up on third base after all the throws. And did all that with 2 outs to extend the lead. As Parker steps in, Nico on deck. There's a ground ball back to second. Fielded over to first. Not in time. Scores another run. So an infield RBI single for Parker. That brings in Nico. And the pitch, ball high. That allows Parker to go to second base. Round second, holds there as Matthew quickly gets the ball. Still 2 outs. Gray on deck. Called strike. As Parker goes to third. So it's a 1-1 count, I believe, to Gray. Or Nico. Gray's on deck. That hit him. And so Nico's on with a walk. Winners on first and third. All right, that's going to bring in Gray. On deck is Kyler. 2 outs. And that wild pitch is going to allow Parker to score. And Nico to go all the way to third. That makes it a 9-2 game. Still with 2 outs. And a 1-0 count to Gray. Ball outside. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Foul tip. And it makes the count 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Nico at third. And there's the 2-2. Ball gets to a wild pitch, and another run scores. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Let's go, G-Money!
And 3-2. Ball 4. So that puts Gray on with a 2-out walk. Brings in Kyler. On deck is Aiden. There goes Kyler. Ball come in just a bit high. And Kyler will hold it, Gray will hold it second. So it's a 1-0 count to Kyler. The 1-0 pitch. Base hit into left field. That's going to score another one as the throw comes into first. And it's 11-1. So an RBI single by Kyler. And the inning continues. There's a line sign in the right field. That's getting down for a hit. And that's going to send Kyler to third. He's actually coming home. Throws off target. Here he comes. Here's the play. And he's safe. That allows Aiden to go to second base. So Aiden's on second. Declan steps in. Julian on deck. Still 2 outs. This is the 12th batter of the inning. Timeout by the coach. And it's going to be a pitching change. So let's take a look and see who that is. And in just a moment, I'll get that to you. I think it's Brixton, but I'll get that confirmed. 1 second. Anyway. All right. So, while we're waiting on the warm-ups to complete, it is indeed Brixton. We'll take a quick break. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. As Brixton takes the mound for the Bounty Hunters. Called strike, but that allows Aiden to go to third as Declan steps in with an 0-1 count. Or excuse me, a 1-1 count, I think, 0-1. That hit him, so it doesn't matter anymore. So still 2 outs. There's a ground ball to short. Fielded over to first. And gets away. It scores another run. And everybody's safe as Julian goes to... Actually, hang on. All right, so Julian will stay at second base. Another run scored, so it's 13-2. Aiden scores. Declan to third. Julian to first. Actually, to second. It's ball 1 to Sam. It's ball high. That gets away from Matthew. Here comes another run. And that is Declan. And moves Julian to third. So Sam has a 1-0 count. Called strike. And now it's 1-1. Excuse me, 2-1. I missed a ball in there. Apologies, folks. Ball inside makes it 3-1. Still 2 outs. Here's the 3-1. That's ball 4. So that brings in Brantley. With Cooper on deck. There goes Sam. Ball in the dirt. Stopped by Matthew. That holds Julian at third. And the pitch. Ball just a little up. It's 1-0. Actually, so 2-0. Make that 3-0. So Brixton has 1 base free. Now Cooper will be coming next. He drove in 2 RBIs, scored twice, and singled twice. Called strike, and it's 3-1. And here's the 3-1 pitch from Brixton. Pop fly right here. Matthew tries to get it, couldn't quite get to it. And the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. And the pitch. Line shot in the left field. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going to score Julian. Here comes the throw home. And that's also going to score Sam. As Brantley, 2 RBI single, ends up at second base. That brings in Cooper. On deck is Parker. There's a ground ball back up the middle, fielded by the shortstop and held onto. And so infield single moves Brantley to third. Parker comes in, Nico on deck. Ground ball again to, this time, third base. Struggles to pick it up. Another run scores. And Parker's on. So it's a 1-0 count on Nico. So a balk. And that's going to score Cooper. That moves Parker to second. Ball in the dirt. Called strike. It's 1-1. That moves Parker to third. Gray on deck. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And making that 3-1. Foul ball. And it's 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Parker at third. And it's ball 4. That brings in Gray. Kyler on deck. That gets away from Matthew. Here comes another run. That moves Nico to second. So it's a 1-0 count to Gray. There's a fly ball in the left field. Left footer coming in. Just can't make the catch. That's going to get down. That's going to score Nico. And Gray is going to go all the way to the third on the throws. That brings in Kyler. On deck is Aiden. Again, still 2 outs. Ball high. It's going to score another run after the ball's dropped at first. That'll bring in Aiden. As the inning continues. Ball in the dirt. Swing and a miss. That's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs. There's a line shot. That's going to get down. Stop at second base. Over to first. And he's safe. That brings in Declan. On deck is Julian as the inning continues for the Canes. Foul ball. Again, following this one will be the Reds and the Tropics for semifinal game 1, with the winner punching their ticket into the championship. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's 2-1. I think. I believe it's 2-1. And timeout by the coach. It's going to be another pitching change. So with that, let's take just a quick break here. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. As inning continues, called strike. That is Jackson on the mound now for the Bounty Hunters. Real quick, we're talking about international fans watching the broadcast. There's a ground ball back up the middle. Jackson fields it over to first. Gets away from the first baseman. That's going to score one. I'll get to my comment about the international viewers in a minute. Let's see. So that puts... All right, so Declan's on second. Aiden on third. Inning continues. I believe that's ball one on Julian. So, folks, again, international viewers, I just got notified that we have one on from Kuwait. His name happens to be Paul, and he's over there deployed in the United States Air Force. So, Paul, shout out to you. Thank you for your service. That's close to my heart because I was also in the Air Force. But so glad to have you aboard, Paul, and glad we're able to enable you to see your son play today. That means a lot to us. So thank you so much for being there and protecting us while we bring live baseball to you. All right, ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over, that gets away. And and Aiden will hold at third. As Jackson was checking Aiden at third base. So that, to my point earlier, this is why we do this. For those that can't be available in person to see their kids or their relatives play baseball, there's a ball that gets away. It's 2-2. That's why we do this, and for lifelong memories for the kids, as well as you, the fans, being able to see it when you can't be here. So. Again, thank you all very much for being a part of the USSSA Sports Network family, and thank you for all the servicemen overseas protecting us. It's ball 3, full count now to Joyen. And that's time. That's the ball game, I think. It is. So final score here is going to be 22-2. Again, thank you all for joining. Coming up next is going to be the Reds and the Tropics. So make sure you check that out here on the channel. And that'll be semifinal game number 1. Again, this is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back in just a bit.